that much of compared to NIP Flash. I mean, you already stated about how Adamir, despite he was out from the lineup, but he's now going in. It's as if he's already inside the team already. It's already him being inside and joining in as a coach, going into being a player. But coming into the side of Homeboys, we need to give that recognition, the fact that they just started this roster. This is newly roster, and they won the first series for themselves. And this is very interesting to hope that it will be continue and maintaining the momentum coming out to me with the NIP Flash. And again, this is a redemption, not just for the team of Homeboys, but also NIP Flash. Both needed redemption for the MSC as well as for the first series.
Yeah, we see the Martis Roger banned out by Homeboys, Ling and Chip banned out by NIP Flash. Homeboys with the first pick, Aris.
Yeah, I think it's a respect ban, right? That Martis, we rarely see Martis getting picked up nowadays, but we know Cortese plays a mean Martis mid. On top of that, it's going to be a flex pick if NIP picks it up, because we have seen Hades perform on that hero. So I think it's more of a respect ban. I think Roger's kind of a follow through. You don't really want to keep us guessing whether or not he goes into go or the jungle lane. It's a really flexible pick. So smart ban's coming from Homeboys. On the other side, NIP Flash, I think they're not too confident about picking up the chip, so they decide to ban it out. They know that Homeboys loves the assassins, so they decide to take out the Ling as well. So both sides, you know, just following through the motion in the first half.
Yeah, I think you can expect a lot of like assassin action. That's why Nolan gets banned out by Homeboys, right? We've seen NIP Flash, when they have a chance, they'll pick it for Hades. The fact that Homeboys are willing to ban out that Roger on blue side says something, right? Priorities does change for Homeboys. You know, they have quirks to pick a Farsa mid first pick. That has been what we've seen in MPL, MY, and even MSC. NIP Flash, on the other hand, there are a lot of choices that Homeboys can go for. We've seen that Carmilla XP lane. We've seen that Grok on Mal. So I wonder what NIP Flash's angles is going to be.
Agreed.
Yeah, there's Cho on board as well. If you think about it, both Homeboys and NIP Flash love the Cho. So that's going to be opened up. They banned away the Angela. So, you know, I think they're expecting an Assassin to come in. They don't really want the Angela to add on to sustain that the Assassins can bring to the table. So I think that is a straightforward ban. But with that, there's still a lot open, right? There's a higher, the Julians. If you think about it, Ruby's a really good first pick as well. So plenty of heroes to go around between these two teams.
And not only that, we've been seeing Zaz been picked over and over and over again. And we've seen that Stormy has been performing well with Zaz, and that's going to be one of the hottest topic on the fact that who will actually get it inside here for the series.
Yeah, I think Harif just got let through, so Homeboys instantly with the first pick Harif on their end. This is going to be very, very kind of very Nets is one of his most comfortable hero aside from the Claw, and the fact that Harif has always been that top tier gold pick for quite a while. Homeboys with a very comfortable opening.
Yeah, that's a very interesting pick. That also leaves for NIP the Flash. Will we see the return of the Focus? We talked about it in the previous few series. It has been seeing a big comeback because of the Assassin meta. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a Focus being thrown into the mix. But this begs the question. We talked about it. The Julians, the Farsas, the Hayabusas are still out there. Will NIP Flash secure it for themselves? It looks like we're going to go back to the flavor of the tournament, which is the Zask. We do see the Arlot coming in for NIP Flash as well. That could potentially go into the roam. We know JPL can do that. It could also possibly be played by Anime in the EXP lane. So really good first phase picks from both sides, picking up their priority picks.
Yeah. I mean, so Fasha, in the previous game, I know you talked about the Zaz being a thing, right? NIP Flash picking that up. We see the Xavier and Hayabusa, and I believe all of us had this conversation that Udil and Cortese, they love to play these long-range utility space heroes, and Xavier is a potential option. The fact that now it is on the Homeboy's side, and we get that Hayabusa for Amount as well, who is a known assassin jungler. Hades picks the Fanny, so we get an assassin on assassin action again.
The funny part that the fact that we do see that when NIP Flash went up against Team Liquid, they were struggling to meet up between Hayabusa with the fact that they had to actually fought off on the second series with Fanny, where Cortese was just popping off, trolling off their whole entire game off, and they had to ban Hayabusa only to be met up with Fanny. But now they picked themselves up that Fanny for themselves, and ended up Homeboys gonna actually go up against with Hayabusa.
Yep, I like the Yuzong ban. At the same time, it's also a respect ban to Year 3. He plays a lot of Yuzhong back when he was with MPXNC, that afterwards turned to Niners. So good homework for NIP Flash. And I want to quickly throw a ball at you, Aries. I've seen different talent and emblem choices for Xavier. The most recent one that feels like the flavor for me is the Temporal Rain for that Xavier. That Lethal Ignition or Impure Rage?
It really depends on the playstyle of the mid lane player, right? Because if you want someone that constantly wants to be fighting, then I think Temporal Rain makes a lot more sense. You want to be able to put out as much burst as possible into the fight. If you're looking for something a little bit more sustained, then you know, you're definitely not going for Temporal Rain. So I think honestly all three looks good. It just really depends on the playstyle of the player at hand.
We see the Moscow ban from Homeboys, so starting to eliminate the gold late option, right? And maybe, and hopefully, perhaps they want that Zaz to go into the mid lane to give the Harif a slightly better matchup, Fasha.
I mean, we did saw that they actually put out Zaz on the first series, and it was already a good draft on the side of NIP Flash, and we really expected NIP Flash would be responding well to the Team Liquid, but again, they had a better formation, even despite they were the one who tried to go for the initiative with Terizla, but ended up it was losing side. There was not much of communication, and they ended up having a lot of struggle and losing much, almost being wiped out every single time meeting off with Team Liquid. And coming in right now, it seems that they finally banned Juicin, and we are expecting to see that every single time. We're not able to actually see any one of the teams putting out here for our series here on SPS.
Another respect ban as well, right? The Year 3 Carmilla. Back then, Homeboys played Carmilla in the roam for Zorn, and Year 3 showed it against Geek Fam. Zushin banned out. Second phase for NIP Flash. They're going to be starting it off with the 4th pick.
Yeah, there's still plenty of roams that's available if they choose to not pick Arlot. You know, there's the Grog. If you think about it, there is also the Kaja that's also quite potent against the Hayabusa and Harif. Phobius, I'm going to throw Phobius into the mix as well. So plenty of options for both teams. I think the priority here would be really to pick up an rather a good EXP lane. So Ruby is also another flavor of the tournament that we're seeing coming back, right? Plenty of CC across the board, able to stop the assassins' mobility, and also a good sort of a counter to Harif. You know, just try to stop him from just zip-zapping around.
Yeah. 2 tempo breakers on the side of NIP Flash already. Arlott, Ruby, very interchangeable. Where we have to wait until Homeboys kind of review the full draft to kind of decide where this Ruby and Arlott needs to go, but at least NIP Flash have that last pick. Homeboys, gonna review the rest of the draft, is the Barats that gets picked up alongside the Tigreal.
Well, we have seen Homeboys do this plenty of times, right? Udyl on that Xavier is a comfort pick, and then they always put the Barats in the EXP lane. So I think that's something that we will see you know, Homeboy just sticking to their guns, right? I thought that maybe it wouldn't have worked so well, but hey, they proved me wrong against Geek Fam, so here they are bringing their best, you know, kind of a play style towards NIP Flash. And I think for NIP Flasher, now here begs the question, who is going to be able to burst down this Barats? Because at this point in time, they don't really have much to stop the Barats. There is also the Tigreal they have to worry about, so hey, question is in the ball for, or rather the ball is in the court of NIP Flash.
Lilia? I suppose some like a Burst Mage, Valentina for Curtizi, one of his more comfort ones. I see your reaction, not too happy with that pick, but I want to get Fasha's thought on it quickly. NIP Flash.
I mean, I'm happy, at least for me, because that was a questionable choice on the side of NIP Flash, but it makes even more sense to fight out with Homeboys, because now Homeboys is definitely really sturdy, and the fact that they have the baseline already covered up. Now NIP Flash, the question is, why?
Yeah, I get the idea, right? There's the implosion, that sexy implosion that's on the table for Valentina to take up. But, you know, then again, NIP Flash, it looks like they want to power from this Zusk and kind of get the Fanny to dive the backline. So we will be seeing this potential Ruby going into, you know, the roam or the EXP, and then we could see the Zusk going to the goal lane while the Valentina fills up the mid. So that fills up the draft for NIP Flash. I gotta say, as much as I hate to admit, Homeboy's draft just looks slightly more stable. Now the question is, can they stop this Fanny? Because Hades plays a mean Fanny. We saw it in the interview, they were talking about it, they were teasing a Fanny, and here it is, right into game 1.
Well, we're gonna leave it to you, gentlemen and ladies. Fasha Bunny, Aries, stage is yours.
Yeah, so a little bit of harassment down mid. Oh, we could see a potential first blood. JPL managing to walk with little health. I think this is really good coming up for Homeboys. They have a slightly better early game in terms of pressure because of the Tigro, and you know it's just gonna be able to drag Hades into a little bit of an uncomfortable spot. But fear not, Katis is around.
Out that coming in for a fight 3v2 right now, or make it 4. Trying to actually stir away. Courtesy moving back. Mal will be contesting, but somehow just trying to tease a little bit. I think for the fact that Homeboys, they are always over-aggressive. And this is what we always talk about, how HB is always overextending, and that was the reason why they lost on MSC. The fact that they could have actually won it on the second match point, but ended up they were overextending with a lot some more, and then the fact that they got the first priority by E3.
Yeah, but here comes Hades coming in, gets the kill. And yeah, you spoke a lot about Homeboys being aggressive, but I guess this is the best way, or rather the most comfortable way that they play with. And this is good, right? Because Udil as a Xavier is going to be able to outpush, or rather wave clear faster than Curtiz's Valentina. So we're going to see a lot more aggressive rotation coming from Homeboys. You know, they have the Tigro to set up with the implosion and the charge. So I think this is where Homeboys want to play to the strength of their draft. They want to be aggressive, they want to constantly go for pickoffs and try to make life difficult for MIP Flash. And like you said, overly aggressive may be a bad thing, but they can keep it under control. This could be, you know, where Homeboys find their winning formula.
Agree, definitely. Turtle is already up for the grabs. It seems that Yechi will be the one to try to tease, and it seems that NIP Flash will be responding as well.
Yeah, but bot lane, another skirmish coming up. I would have thought that the Harif could have done it better, but I think, you know, here comes Fanny once again, Hades. And unfortunately, Homeboys, they were not primed for the take, but Daytona's welcome coming on the Hayabusa.
Yechi will be able to actually get it done. Adamir will be shut down immediately. And now, two more plays to go right on the mid lane.
Yeah,
Wow.
Katis is just so hard to lock down, right? He's
yeah.
got the double dash coming off the Valentina, but now Homeboys get a little bit more control. Turtle going the way of the Hayabusa.
Oh, okay, almost managed to be stolen, but unfortunately it's not going to be the case right this instant. Mal backing off at the moment right now as Hades tried to finish it off. Oh, it's going to be Courtesy who gets the kill.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there, I would say, for Homeboys. I would say they overstayed, but you know, that's the thing. When you're going up against a Fanny, you know, you can't be too sure that the battle is just over just yet. And I think for the Hayabusa, well, this is just a little bit of a setback, but NIP Flash now starting to come back into the game. I think the real worry that I have for NIP Flash was that if Homeboys press the advantage too much in the early stages of the game, it could snowball out of control. But if NIP Flash can keep up this, you know, anti-momentum breaker sort of a game that they've going for itself, and that Zaz can come online, I think I will have a pretty good game because he hasn't been harassed too much just yet.
Agree, definitely. So far right now, yes, it does seem that NLP Flash has the advantage on their side. They're looking on this, the game-wise, they are the one on the beneficial definition of getting a lot of the fights win. But somehow, I think that Homeboys still have what it takes to defend on their side. And the fact that Aris still struggling to actually fight off with Zaz, had to back off first of all. And, oh, NIP Flash.
Yeah, looks like they want to have a little bit of a skirmish here. They've got the implosion, so the question is when will they use it? Demon first comes out, Sniper spawn. Oh, Fanny goes right in the middle fight. Head is not nearly catching it up, and it's gonna pop right out. The Chrono Dash will get the job done. Owl just gonna be getting out of fight. I think overall a pretty good fight for NIP Flash.
Interesting. We were talking about how the drafting was looking so secure for the side of Homeboys, but NIP Flash responding so well and just getting things done very early on. Turret number 1 has already been taken out, almost finishing to the closure of the side. Udil comes in to actually back things up, but it's just almost close enough to actually being taken out. And if Zaz comes through with it, it's going to be a good win for the side of NIP Flash. But Turtle, right this instance, it's going to be a fight.
Yeah, the Dylan's welcome already used by Hades, gets out free. He not only gets the kill onto Nets, he gets the turtle as well. NIP Flash starting to have a little bit of a roll.
Oh, this is good. This is a side of NFP Flash that we did not see on the first series. They were playing so slow. They were trying to play it so safe to a point that it was giving too much to the side of Team Liquid. But now once they meet up with Homeboys, it's as if their confidence, their builds was just so superbly amazing. And look at their item builds so far right now. It seems that NIP Flash even has the better benefits on the side.
Yeah, you see the Zask already picking up that glowing wand. So this is the first spike. He's already going to be able to complete that Genius one pretty soon. So that's where the second spike starts to hit. But NIP Flash here, interestingly enough, they are punishing Homeboys. You spoke about it. You spoke about the risk of Homeboys overextending and being overly aggressive. And now we're starting to see signs of NIP Flash punishing them just for that very aggressive playstyle.
Agree, definitely. I mean, like we talk about how they overstayed on their own lane and the fact that they wanted to actually go in for a fight, but they were hesitant. That's the thing. You want to go for the fight, but then you are actually questioning, wondering, and that's giving a lot of the advantage to the side of NIP Flash that they don't question. They want to go in, they go for a fight straight away. And it seems that 2 turrets already down and NIP Flash is literally in the lead.
Yeah, it's a good thing for Hades as well. He's just going to split push the side lanes. It's already 3-0 and 4. Pretty much every single fight that NIP Flash are in, Hades has been involved. And on top of that, they have this 4-1 rotation going on, which makes Owl just feel slightly more protected. It's always nice to have like that. It's like, go ahead, Owl, farm. You know, we'll protect you. And all he has to do is just push down the tower. So I think NIP Flash has got a good system going on for them. The question is, can Homeboys break it?
All right, there's it. It's going to be actually a start of a scrimmage probably right at the mid. Somebody comes through there, pushing in straight. It's going to be a fight.
Yeah, the doors welcome once again coming out. This time, Ilmil will get the kill onto JPL. No Ruby for 20 seconds. Adamir going in for the slash. Will it be enough? Tries to get out. Will be able to do so. Cortesius is lingering around. I think at this point, NIP Flash, all they have to do is just delay the turtle while Owl takes the top lane.
Agree, definitely. Zas making sure that they managed to clear out another one of the turrets, and they're trying to actually go in for the third turtle right this instant. Homeboys is right at the distance at the moment right now. Hades gets the information and it's going to go in all out. Takes down Eris first of all.
Yeah, Nets goes down immediately, and I think that's not all. Owl just manages to pop his ulti at the last second. JPL coming in, trying to protect the Zas. Repositions right on Ye tree. Daytona's welcome, still on cooldown, and this is where Cortesi picks up that kill. Free turtle, or maybe just not. The ulti popped by Udiel, nearly picks up a double kill. He will settle for Owl, but Cortesi once again escaping death.
But that's just going to be a trade-off 1 to 3, despite the fact that NIP Flash has already stolen 3 lives on the side of Team Homeboys. Is still not enough, but it was a good ulti coming in from Odil's side, at least to give it back to the team of Homeboys.
Yeah, it's damage control at this point. I think NIP Flash, they're just slightly ahead. They feel a little bit more comfortable with the fight. You saw, even without, even with JPL, out of the picture, they still feel comfortable to go right in. That's why enemies restarted the second field of the fight. But that burst damage coming from Xavier, it is still something that NIP Flash have to be very wary about.
Alright, coming in for a try for the Lord. Udil tries the LT to get information on the mid lane. Somehow they're just gonna actually slow things down just a little bit, and I'm liking the pacing that's coming from the side of Homeboys. The overextension was not in their favor, and now they're trying to slow things down.
Yeah, and NIP Flash is just, they're more than happy to let Homeboys sit back, because that gives Hades just more space to farm. And Homeboys, they're struggling with this Fanny, because first of all, in a 4v5 situation, yeah, they might win, but the side lanes are just constantly getting pushed out. Now, we're going to see Owl join up the rest of the team. They're going to be starting this lot damage, but with the new patch, it's a lot more punishing to take those hits. Coming in, Emil, playing flashy stuff. It's a Hayabusa, what else did we expect?
True, that's definitely true. And they're coming in. Scrimmage coming out already. Mal pushing in straight to the side of JPL. Just almost, Mal will be the one to actually get the hit instead.
Yeah, final slash already committed by JPL right there. So, looks like NIP Flash do manage to reset the lot fight. Given that Nets is low on the HP, he's going to go back to heal up. That will give a pocket of time, but here comes the rest of Homeboys. Ye3 is looking for the fight. He has the Daytona Welcome on standby. Udio going to be trying to spot out any members of NIP Flash within the bush, but there's just no one there.
Nope, no one there. And I like the fact that Hades was just on the right time to just spot it out to make sure that the team of Homeboys is on their feet. If they want to go in for a fight, Hades is just around the corner and he's just waiting for the right time to move straight to Homeboys, and they gotta be aware of it. And Udil try to do a little bit of ulti again right on the mid lane, giving a little bit of damage to Al, but it's not going to be anything as Hades, again, is just lavishly just buffing up, and this is not going to be good for the side of Homeboys.
Yeah, this feels like such a much slower pace to the rest of the games that we saw in Stream C so far, right? Both NIP Flash and Homeboys being very, very cautious of one another. On one hand, yeah, you know, both teams have really good team fight potentials in the draft, but on the other, I don't see like a full-on commitment in terms of clashes for both sides.
Agree. And I feel like Tigreal, when we talk about how he could actually be a good CC on the side of Homeboys, we haven't seen that yet because every single time Hades is able to actually shut down Mal, not giving him any chance to back things up, and that's gonna be the critical point for the team of Homeboys. If they don't have much of defense on their side, it's gonna be easy for Homeboys to be tackled from the side of Team NIP Flash.
Yeah, I can see Valentina, right? Katizi is just waiting for the Tigreal to show up, so she can use the IMU to steal the implosion. But meanwhile, well, JPL just, you know, doing his duty as a tank, as a roamer, just trying to spot out any potential surprises that Homeboys have up their sleeves. But hey, like I said, you know, this game is really, really slow at this point. Our just pick up the Holy Crystal, yeah, getting stunned up. Here comes the Valentina. Daytona's Welcome already used. Is that the target they really want? Though it's just hanging on by Ruby, barely being able to survive. Fanny still around the corner, and here comes the steel cables coming up from Hades, gets the kill onto Nets. Harif out of the picture. Mel goes down as well. And unfortunately for JPL, they get out. Emil is the only survivor. But NIP Flash looking so good as they're poised to take out the Enhanced Lord.
Started out really good for the side of Homeboys, but every single player just crumbled one after another. I mean, that was just sad, just to the point that we thought it was going to be on a favor, and Lord's already open for the side of NIP Flash. This is going to give a little bit more boost up for the side of Team NIP, because it seems that most of the tourists is already down. This is even giving more leads for the team.
Yeah, and I gotta speak about Ao. Once again, that Zask, that damage, the moment he picks up the Holy Crystal and he pops the Dominator's Descent, you can see the burst damage starting to come up. Because initially I was like, hey, Homeboys looks really good for the fight, right? You catch two people within Xavier's trap, and then suddenly NIP Flash, when Hades comes in and Owl pops the Dominator's Descent, suddenly the tables are turned. And once again, Final Slash still available on the board. Dominator's Descent once again used on the Owl. The charge comes in, as well as the implosion. That wombo combo, more than enough for Homeboys to pick up a double kill on this Harif. Adam and JPL going down.
Looking good, Nets. Finally breaks through for the side of Homeboys, and now they're trying to do even more. Somehow.
Oh, Dominance Descent. Backline, Ye3 has to be careful. Hades nearly gets caught up by charge just right there, but gets out in the nick of time. And it looks like, well, NIP Flash. Oh, Hades sneaky there. Well, fortunately for Xavier, will not pick up that kill. But Homeboys, they put on the defense, and, well, that's damage control. Once again, they'll be able to clear up the Lord.
Oh, looking nice right distance in Homeboys, despite the fact that having struggled on the early games. Mid games, they're doing well so far, but still, they gotta actually push through, because it's still for the side of NIP Flash to have the better upper hand. There's so much of defense has already been shut down, and this is something that Homeboys have to step up and cover most of the tracks.
Yeah, NIP Flash there. I think they were hoping that they could make use better for a lot. That's why they had a bit of aggression down in the mid lane. But Homeboys, they put up a good defense, right? You know, we spoke with Udo and Xavier, and on top of it all, you know, it's just so hard to catch Emil. He's so patient. And I can see why Ye3 is constantly using Dayton's Welcome and Arlor. You want to stop it. Once again, JPL in the front line. And Ruby comes in, Final Slash, putting Mel and Ye3 out of position, but they don't mind. They're just here to cloud lane down. Oh, the charge comes in, doesn't really go through Adamir. The return to fight comes in, looks like Winter Crown will be popped, but to terrify this spear, as well as Dominator's Descent, is more than enough to kill Ye3 despite the flicker being burnt. And NIP Flash, they must be feeling confident to take this tier 2 in the mid lane.
Oh, that was a very, very sad motion to the side of Homeboys. I mean, year 3 caught in that guard to a point that he wasn't able to actually move around. Homeboys was not able to actually defend it wisely. And now, moving forward, they're actually going to push through right on the mid at the moment as Hades clearing out most of it. And we do see most of the advantage coming in from the side of NIP with a lot already stepping it up for the team of NIP Flash.
Yeah, NIP Flash, you know, like we said, both teams, they're playing very cautiously this game, but NIP Flash is like, they're slowly crippling over past the finish line. They're just slowly nicking away all these turrets, especially with the Lord's help. But speaking of Lord, here comes the next Lord spawn in the 15th, over the 16th minute. Now the question is, will things go the same way? Will we see another Ditto's welcome on the wrong target? Oh, final slash bring comes out of the but it's a low cooldown at this point, so no worries.
Interesting. 50% to 50%. Defense-wise, definitely in both sides is actually quite balanced. But again, most of the aggression coming out from the side of NIP Flash has been successful, and this is something coming to the side of Homeboys. Can they actually reciprocate more of their defense-wise? And here again, always been tagged all by himself. Year 3, leaving all of the open space for NIP Flash to just punish him for those mistakes.
And now Mel coming in the back line. They do manage to find out the Zaz out. JPL goes down as well. Katiz is going to be the next one. Nets, they're picking up a double kill. But Hades trying to make something work out. He's trying to go onto the Harif. He managed to get him out. ML, does he have it? The ulti comes up, but Fanny too mobile. On the other hand, what is Adamir doing there?
Adamir, he's caught. He's caught. Oh, close enough. But Emma coming in through. He doesn't want to actually lead him off. And Rodeo comes through with the ulti. Shuts down immediately. And this is a minor, small victory for the side of Homeboys. But it matters. It matters the most. But Hades come through. And he's actually going to go in for a fight with Amal. Oh, half lifeline has already been depleted.
That's the issue now. Hades only at half energy. Does he have what it takes to be the Victory King? Urdio trapping him in the corner. Mel committing onto the implosion. He tries to go in, but they just zone out too far away. Emil doesn't get the shadow in time, and Hades will get off scot-free. That being said, Homeboys, they will be pretty happy that they managed to get the Lord.
Yep, this is actually a reset coming in from the side of Homeboys. Loving it, great style, despite they had to trade off year 3, but I think a better composition coming in from the side of Homeboys during that fight, and it was the trade that was needed for the team of Homeboys to shut down NIP Flash in their own tracks.
Yeah, interesting build though. Look at Fanny. She picked up the Antiquarius just to have a little bit more sustainability. I think, you know, she recognizes the damage coming with the higher booster, so it's just all about being able to soak up that damage. All she needs is kind of like a, you know, the Blade of Heptasis to that backline. But Hades here being able to survive. Well, Hido, EML gets out, gets the solo kill on this Fanny. That's not what you want when there's an enhanced lot onto the bot lane. It will continue to charge down. NIP Flash, they are in a lot of trouble.
That was superbly amazing. Taking down Hades immediately opens up the opportunity for the team of Homeboys. They're coming in for a fight. There you go. The fight comes through as they are pushing in. Year 3, turrets has been done. And it seems that 4v4 situation. Amal just gonna clear out the turrets as well as the minions. Homeboys slowing things down.
Going down in the mid lane. Ulti commented by Nets right there, but it looks like NIP Flash are holding up a way of his own. And implosion comes in, the reverse implosion catches 2 of them. JPL, the hook comes out. Mel nearly dropping low, but he has the immortality, comes right in. Emil onto the backline, the Shuriken nearly taking out JPL, and here comes Hades, here to clean up the show. It's all but the Fanny. Adamir gets out the slick of hell, but Winter popped by Emil. Can he get out? No, he can't. Hades will get the kill just right there. And NIP Flash against all odds gets 3 on the side of Homeboys.
Overextension, but I feel like this is actually like, how to say, a win-win situation. They did manage to actually get all the turrets been taken down, especially the fact that they were really slow on the start of the game, but at the same process, they traded their life for that fact.
Yeah, just look at this, right? It started out with a good catch, the implosion coming in, and then the reverse implosion coming out from Cortese. And that's what started all. They were taking so much damage from the turret. I think if the turret wasn't there, they would have won that fight. And then the moment that Hades spawned, that was just clean up for the fans.
Definitely. And now, Team NFP Flash has something to say. Gonna go in for the respawn. As they go in, we have Hades coming through. goes to the fight. Adamir as well, having a little bit of struggle, but we got Nets as well going in for the flash. Takes down Adamir first of all, and the team of NIP Flash is backing off as they didn't manage to win it all. It's going to be Homeboys who had the better defense on themselves.
Yeah, I just gotta say, Emo is such a sneaky Hayabusa, right? 6, 3, and 9 at this point. It's all about the junglers who can do the better cleanup. And Hades not doing a too shabby of a job of his own. 11, 1, and 7. So this Fanny definitely a pain on Homeboy's neck. But looks like the Lord is coming in. Hades, oh, gets the kill on the Hayabusa!
No! They were so busy caught up with the Lord and ended up taken out easily. Now Hades got 2 more players to go, going in for year 3. Takes down with the help of Owl there, and Nets is all alone. Nets gonna go in for a fight. He managed to take down Hades for the process, but he's now left to be defending for the team of Homeboys as well as Tigreal. We do see that Miles still not stepping up, but managed to actually at least some of those casualties.
Yeah, a little bit of a wasted opportunity for NIP Flash to clean up right there. There were just so many super minions pushing into their base that KTC had to go back to defend. So I think Homeboy's doing a little bit better in the wave management, but now NIP Flash, it's a 4v2. Are they looking to close the game out here? Would it be too risky? And it looks like Cortese, but Dominus Descent still available. They're just going to use the Nightmaric Spawn to push down the turret. I think they're more than happy with that. They're just going to back right off.
Yeah, just a small wins for them to decide that actually at least brings back the game into their side, and they still have it. They still have it. And Homeboys so far building up a really good defense, and Lord is coming up as we see it right this instant. They are gonna actually go in for the tease. Courtesy just waiting for the right time.
Yeah, Mel here. Just goes by Cortese. The implosion immediately used on JPL to charge onto the backline. Can they burst JPL? Just in time. Ruby surviving. The hook comes right out. Dominus Descent onto the back. Owl, can he burst Mel? And Yatri just trying to soak up as damage as possible. And here comes Hades onto the backline. The burst comes through. But AML does manage to pick up the kill on Hades. And right now, Immortality coming out for the Hayabusa. Alright, on the backline, Email trying to clean it up. JPL just trying to be a pain in Udil's neck. But it's just too much. And here comes Ned. Here comes the double match. It is the brothers. And Adamil will go down. It is a team wipe. And Homeboys, they have done it in game 1.
Wow, that was superbly amazing. The fact that that late game was the reason why Homeboys get this victory for themselves.
I gotta say, I was slightly disappointed when the draft was locked in, but boy, that was definitely an exciting game. A little bit slow in the mid, a little bit dry,